Hello everybody. This is kind of a serious video to make, and I'm still not sure if I'm posting it at this point, but I think I'm going to. But I just wanted to talk kind of a life update slash maybe coming out. I don't know. My brain has been all over the place lately. There's a bunch of things I want to talk about. Firstly, sexuality wise, like I have OCD, and I think I don't know if this has just been like some internalized stuff or OCD or like trauma and like previous experiences and guarding my heart and like closing it a little bit. It might be a combination. I think I am a bit guarded still, that I need to open myself to friendships, relationships, whether that be romantic or not. Um, and or just like friendship, like I said. And I think that is obviously partially my fault because of my own decisions and things I've done, mistakes I've made in the past, my regrets, my mistakes. I think the last 2-3 years I've been learning a lot about myself, the darker like sides of myself, the things I've done like wrong. Like I said, the inner demons, basically, and we all have them. It's hard to admit and confront, especially online, and I'm really nervous to film this, and I'm being very vulnerable with you guys. So I hope you don't judge me too harshly. I think I've learned a lot about myself and my past actions, and like I think there's a lot of things: crap at communication, jealousy, bitterness. When you should be more supportive, not as understanding or empathetic as I could have been with things. Maybe a little bit victimizing towards myself. Very like my brain's like I'm in the right all the time, even when I'm not. And that I didn't see that before. Obviously, that wasn't an intentional thing, but obviously that's really gross. And like I said, we all have those, demons. We all have things inside us, and I've been working like last few years to be better, to confront those demons, to love my darker parts, and to be a better Megzy, a better version of myself. And I think I'm getting there. I think healing is something that just continuously goes on. I don't think you ever reach a goal. You just grow. As a people, we grow, we change in life. But those things, those bad things, and I think there was something else I was going to say, but I've kind of forgotten what it was because I'm nervous to talk to you, as you can probably tell. My like heart is pounding, and but to those things, to those actions, to those dark parts of myself, like especially like victimizing myself or jealousy, bitterness, stuff like that, lack of boundary understanding, or just not addressing those dark parts, or like not wanting to, and like that convincing myself I was right, or like feeling trapped. Yes, there is nuances to every situation, obviously, but I think I have come to a realization, and I should have realized this before, and I should have addressed it before. I know that I'm an adult, and even with nuances with autism and um, dealing with the world and trying to understand it. I think the world is hard to understand for everybody. It is complicated, but that doesn't. Sorry, I'm really trying to articulate. I'm bad at articulating. Like I said, communication. But to those people that those things have hurt, those validation, that victimizing, that all those bad behaviors I mentioned, I am sorry. I am sorry to them. No excuses. No more buts. I am just sorry. When you hurt somebody, I realized you hurt somebody. Intentional or not, you hurt somebody. And to anyone I've ever hurt, regrets in my life, I am truly sorry. And I apologize sincerely now to everyone, every regret, every mistake, everyone I've ever hurt with those behaviors in any tiny way, shape, or form. And I am sorry to all of you. And this is very vulnerable to say on camera, like addressing all my dark side and just kind of laying it out here. So I hope you guys don't judge me too harshly. I love you guys and I appreciate you listening. Um, and I think that's a big thing I needed to say. And like I said, I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to deal with those things. And like the past 2 or 3 years, I think I've been trying to find my own way to heal and grow and become a better Mexi, because that's the path I'm on and that's who I want to be. All I want to do, like my intention, I do not want to hurt anybody ever. I want to spread love and light and happiness and positivity for everyone. I want to be more assertive in myself. I do love myself. And I think there was a period of time where I very much didn't. And but I do now. And I want to continue to love myself. I want to continue to love the person I am, the actions I do, and I want that to reflect that. I mean, we're all human, we're all flawed, we make mistakes sometimes, and that is okay. Nobody is perfect, but that doesn't excuse the hurt, and I am sorry. No buts, no excuses. And I'm really trying to do that, and obviously it's still something I'm working on. But yes, and gosh, this is really vulnerable. I felt like I needed to get this video out to you guys because I feel like I am so close to flying. I feel like I have been drowning for so long in my own shit. Sorry for swearing, it's probably going to be a bit of that, but this is very raw. That I have just been so far from flying, and I feel like I'm finally so close in my life. I'm going to be 30 next year, and I just feel like this is my time to fly. And I feel like I needed to get this out, and this is why there hasn't been videos, because I've been trying to work on this to understand myself, and I'm not sure I'm there. And I felt this pressure on myself to understand myself, my sexuality, who I am, all these inner stuff, everything. It just went round and round in my head, and that might be partially OCD, because like I said, I do have OCD. It might be partially other stuff. I don't know. I honestly cannot freaking tell, and that is a part of the hard part, because with my OCD, when I try and heal, like, you want to question yourself, you want to grow, right? That's how I've kind of learnt healing. But with the issue with that, with my OCD, it goes round and round and round and round in my head, and it plants those doubts, it plants those little seeds of just everything, and it just fucking sucks. And I just want to heal and grow, and I can't, because my brain is like, you're bad, you're this, you want awful things, blah, 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 blah. And it fucking sucks. I hate living with it. It is a fucking curse. And I know there's people who have it worse than me. I know I'm very lucky to have what I do have. I have a good family. I have a pretty good family. I have a good, like, support system. I have loving people in my life. I have food. I have water. I have shelter. You know, I'm very privileged compared to a lot of people, and I understand that, and I'm not comparing myself to anybody else at all, because I know there's people out there who have it awful, and my heart and my prayers honestly do go out to those people who have any, like, issues like that. It's awful that that's still, you know, a thing in this day and age, that people are like wars and starvation, and I really pray that those things get better for them. And even with just mental health, I know people have it worse. And having said that, doesn't devalidate my struggles either. It sucks. And I just want to move forward and be happy. And I think for the most part I am. It's just with my OCD, I find it hard to understand these things, to understand myself, to grow, to stop muttering, this is the longest I've ever stopped muttering. Ever. Like, with my OCD, it became muttering when it couldn't, like, get into my head, when I, like, started to heal from it a little bit. But I didn't fully address it. I didn't fully do ERP. I avoided it. I'm avoidant. That's another issue of mine. Gosh, this is really vulnerable online. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so nervous to do this, to film this. Okay. I'm so nervous to film this. Sorry, I had an OCD moment, so I had to pause. But I feel like I need to move forward for my own growth, for my own future, to become a better me, to just get it out there, to apologize to everybody I've ever hurt, ever, and to do better, because it wasn't okay. And there's no excuse, and I'm sorry to everyone. I sincerely am really sorry. I don't ever want to be a bad person. I don't want to hurt people. That's not who I want to be. And I'm sorry for those actions. I'm sorry for my bad behaviors. I'm sorry for my inner demons, and I'm working on them. I don't know how long that's going to take. Might be a lifetime thing. Probably will. Trauma probably will. But I'm trying. And that's not an excuse. That's not, like, it doesn't matter if I'm trying. It's still sorry. Because I did those things, because I've acted this way, because those, you know, inner demons, whatever, it's still just sorry. But with, like I said, moving on from that aspect now, because I'm babbling a lot, but I'm not making this very cohesive, I know. I'm just trying to relay my thoughts, and I'm trying to relay my thoughts, and it's really hard. I've gone back and forth with my sexuality a lot recently, like trying to figure out what I am, who I love, like what gender, how I identify, things like that. That's been going round and round in my head. I don't know if that's internal stuff or trauma or like past experiences, having a bit of a guarded heart and closed heart. Like I said, I've been trying to work on opening that a bit recently to like more friendships, relationships, even if they're not necessarily romantic, like, or even if they are, like, I felt like I've identified as ace and arrow, asexual and arrow woman, right? That is how I felt and identified for a while. But my brain, and it could be a genuine thing, it could be OCD, it could be a bit of both. I do feel like I'm a bit closed and guarded when it comes to my heart because of my past experiences, when it comes to friendships, relationships in general, and I'm trying to open up and trying to be more open to things. With that, it's not easy, but I am trying, and I don't know if it's a mix of that, but I've been going round and round with my sexuality and stuff because of that recently, and my own identity. And it's hard. And I'm having to pause a lot because my OCD is going off now, and I'm muttering and intrusive thoughts, and it sucks. It fucking sucks that my brain just doesn't shut up ever, and I just overthink and overthink and overthink. Sorry, sorry, that was. Again, none of this excuses actions or whatever, like I've said before, but I'm just trying to explain how I feel and trying to explain how these past few years have kind of affected me that I felt like been keeping from you guys. I feel like I used to be much more open, but recently I've just really been working on myself, and it's been a lot. It's been a real lot. It's been really hard, and then there's been a lot of personal stuff that's happened, and it's freaking hard, guys. Okay, I'm struggling. I've been struggling, I think, on and off, especially with my OCD the last few years. And like I said, I've been struggling with my sexuality. I'm like, am I gay? Am I lesbian? Am I bi? Am I pan? Am I ace and arrow like I think? Do I feel like I'm gay under like just the gay umbrella? Gay, ace, arrow woman. Gay, asexual, aromantic woman. I feel like that's been what I am. Like recently I felt like that's what I identify as, like a gay, ace, arrow woman. And that's how I felt, but I'm questioning it because I have been going round and round in my head, and I don't know if that's just OCD trying to get me to question everything about myself, internal stuff, or like I said, previous trauma, and not like, and being kind of guarded. Maybe that's part of it, and I just don't know. I don't know what I am. I felt like I identified like as a gay, asexual, aromantic woman. And I don't want to lie to you or to myself because I am still in a point where I'm still discovering myself, I guess is the best way to do it. And with my OCD, I guess sometimes I worry, what if I never do? Because I've been going round and round with this for a very long time, I think. And I don't know, like when I came out as Ace and Arrow, that felt like me. And maybe the gay label even feels like kind of gay, Ace, Arrow, like under the gay umbrella, if that's okay to say. I don't know. Please correct me. I'm not trying to offend anybody. But I've been going round and round in my head, and I don't know if that's sexuality OCD, and I'm just letting it like go round because when I try and heal, it's like the OCD takes over because it knows it goes in there. I'm so susceptible to it, and it just gets in my brain, and I can't tell what is real and what is OCD, and that's really freaking scary. So I don't know my sexuality right now, and I want to because I want to live my truth and be myself. I want to be whoever I am, whether that be gay, ace, arrow, lesbian, bi, pan, sexual, omnisexual, demisexual, whatever it is, straight. I just want to be myself. I want to live my truth, and I feel like I'm so close to flying. I want to live that truth, and if I'm living that truth, then I'm being me, and I love me. I realized something. If I can't figure it out, if my OCD or whatever is going to make it keep going round and round, it doesn't matter. Because whoever I am, whoever I love one day, or even if I am Ace Arrow and don't have romantic relationships, it doesn't matter. Because whoever I am, whoever I love, however I identify, I am me. And I accept myself. I accept myself whoever I love. Whoever I'm with, whoever I'm not with, whatever way I am. Lesbian, bisexual, pansexual, omnisexual, demisexual, asexual, arrow, mantic, or straight, or like still needing healing and other stuff, whatever the nuances are, whatever I identify as, non-binary, man, woman, I love myself. And I accept myself. And whew, this is really big, sorry. Coming out moment. Sorry, I'm joking, like, humor to get through it, because I'm really struggling right now to perceive this, and I think in this moment I finally, like, accepted myself, and it's really weird. It feels really good. It's just a lot. I think I am a gay, asexual, aromantic woman. That is what I feel like I am to some degree. And there might be things that change that. Maybe I'm, what's the word? Like, you know, like gender fluid, not like fluid with it. I don't know. Maybe it's just my OCD making me question it. I don't know. And I don't want to say firmly that I am something or not something, because I don't want to lie to you guys or to anybody else. That is how I think I feel. Gay ace arrow. That is how I think I feel under that umbrella term. But whatever I am, I love myself. And whoever I am, that's fucking awesome, because I am being Megan and I am being me. And I'm working on being a better me, a healthier me, and maybe one day I'll know. For sure. Maybe I'll be able to say without the OCD, maybe I need to deal with that first. Because I have been avoiding dealing with it. But I am Megan. Whoever I love, whoever I'm with, however I identify, I love myself. And I accept anything I am. Because love is love, guys. And I think as a society, we're so conditioned with it, even now in 2025, but love is love. Who you love and being who you are, that's so fucking brave. And I'm so proud of you if you're doing that. Because it's not easy. We can pretend all we want that it's easy to be ourselves. It's not. This world is on fire, it feels like sometimes, especially recently, and that's kind of got me down. But you being who you are, I am so fucking proud of you, and you inspire me, and I love you. So yeah, that's what I think I am. I think I'm gay ace arrow. If things change, if things come up that change that, then that's okay too. I love myself, whoever I am, and that's fucking beautiful, because love is love and who we are is who we are. And it shouldn't be brave to be who we are. It's sad that it is, but it's so fucking inspiring when you are, and I love you. Love is love and you are who you are. As long as you're not hurting anybody, who the fuck cares? Why are people so ignorant? Why does it matter? You are being brave. You are being yourself. You are your own culture, your own identity, and that is fucking inspiring. You keep doing that. I am proud of you and I love you. And I want to do the same because you inspire me, and I don't want any more of this internal stuff, any more of this stuff holding me back. I want to heal. And I think that's the first time I've been not avoidant with that. And I thank you, everyone. I didn't expect this to be this emotional. I think I needed it though. Moving on from that speech, it's going to sound weird. I know this is incohesive, it's probably not flowing very well, but moving on from that, like OCD, I think I need to be honest with how it's affected me. And again, it's not an excuse for any behaviors. I just need to be honest with you guys, and I think with myself how hard it's really been. OCD has ruined my life a lot. I think it kind of more started like, if you remember the Cypress videos, I had it in then. That's why the videos were so short, because I had all these intrusive thoughts, like everything that kind of goes against how I feel as a person, like all my values. It tells you you want awful things to happen. You don't like this person, you don't like this person, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. It tells you all the things that you don't want to be, it tells you you are. And it tries to convince you, and it's a curse, and it fucking sucks. And when I first, like, I think I've always had OCD. I'm like, I have autism, and I think I've struggled to understand the world, but that, again, that's not an excuse, that's just me. Um, but I think I wasn't trying as hard as I could have either, and with a lot of things, and I'm sorry for that too, and I should have. I should have done better, simple as, and I'm trying to do better now. I'm trying to take that accountability and not make excuses for myself. I take accountability. I need to do better. I should have done better then. I'm sorry for anyone I've hurt with any of my bad behaviors, and I'm trying to do better now. That is not asking for forgiveness or expecting anything. That is just me now trying to take accountability, become a better me, recognize as inner demons we all have them, and move forward and learn and grow and understand myself and know who I am and love myself. And I'm trying to say this without, falling back on those behaviors, because I think that's an easy thing to do as people. When we get hurt, when we feel bad. When we get hurt, when we feel bad, it's natural to fall back on those behaviors. Sometimes we don't even realize when we're inhibiting those bad behaviors or inner demons inside ourselves. And that's hard to recognize sometimes, and that's okay. But I think, like I said, I've been avoidant of addressing that I had those behaviors, and I shouldn't have done that either, and I'm sorry. I feel like I keep apologizing. I need to get back on track here. I need to get cohesive. But with OCD, as I was saying, it's hard. It is fucking hard. I am sorry, though. I just want to be clear on that. I am so sorry for everything with those behaviors, with me, with my actions, any regrets, anything I've done in the past. I am sorry. to absolutely anyone that has ever hurt in my life in any small way. And I'm sorry to you guys, and I love you. I'm just sorry. And I keep apologizing. I need to just move forward. I can't. Why can I not communicate? Cohesive. OCD is awful. It really, I felt so alone with it. When I first realized what OCD was, I used to believe, like a lot of people wrongly believed, that OCD was just this cutesy, like hand washing thing. Like I'd have a little bit of muttering before, and I'd need to like wash my hands religiously a lot if I touched dirt, things like that. And it didn't affect me so bad before, but now it does so much worse. And I realized when it got worse, I finally got a proper diagnosis, and it kind of made sense of so much of my life getting that diagnosis and understanding that OCD isn't just that. It's not hand washing or organization, it is hell. It is your brain actively going against you. Every action, every decision, every time you try to make growth, it is your brain convincing you you are the worst person on earth and that you don't belong here. And it sucks. When I first got it, I made a lot of bad decisions, and again, I'm sorry for those. But I am sorry. I When I first like developed it, like to the more extreme extent that it is now, or how it was then, when it first sort of came like that, it was awful. It got to a point. I felt so bad in myself, like I was a bad person that I didn't deserve to be here. I never tried to like hurt myself. Trigger warning. I never tried to like, hurt myself like that. I do this kind of like head slap. I had trouble getting dressed. I still kind of do this sometimes. Like I'm trying to whack myself, like punish myself for intrusive thoughts that everybody has. But with OCD, it takes those and it goes round and round and round and round and round and round and round until you do the compulsion. And the more you do the compulsion, the more bad you feel because you need to sit with the anxiety. And I don't think I have really ever done that yet. And I'm terrified to do it and I'm avoiding. And I know I need to get better. It's just scary. And when it first came, I couldn't wash, I couldn't eat by myself, I couldn't dress myself. I was so thankful to the people in my life I had them because I don't know what I would be here without them. I don't know how I would have gone through without them, and I'm so thankful to them. Thank you. It's been I convinced myself so much that everything I touched was tainted, that everything I touched was bad, that all these thoughts were going to manifest, and that I was just going to somehow psychically hurt all these people that I really cared about. And it terrified me. It was so scary. And I didn't know what was happening, so when I got a diagnosis properly, it helped. And then I went to therapy, and then that helped so much. It helped me to get to a much better place, and I'm so much better now. And I'm so grateful, but there still needs work on the OCD because I'm still muttering. I'm still letting it kind of affect my daily life. I can't like stop a sentence without muttering every so often. And that's hard because it does interfere. It interferes with my life, and I need to stop letting it. I mean, it's not as easy as that, but I do need to stop. And I've been watching a lot of Lexi's videos on YouTube. They've really inspired me and helped me to start actively trying to stop and to do ERP, exposure response prevention therapy, because I need to do it and stop avoiding. I think I went a different way and kind of got a bit better with something else, but I'm still avoiding actually dealing with the OCD, and I need to do that. And so I thank you to her so much, honestly. Her videos have been an inspiration to me, and they've shown me, like, one, I'm not alone, and, I hope she gets better too. I know she spoke about doing ERP, and I hope I'm not offending her by saying any of this in this video. That's not my intention. I just wanted to say that I thank you, honestly, because you've inspired me and you've helped me to get on the road to recovery as well. So thank you. Like her mother, I have a lot of, I think it's just pure OCD. It just kind of attacks everything, like religious. Like I said, it just makes you think all awful things, and it makes you convinced you believe them until you do like that compulsion. But the point is, you can't do that compulsion. You need to stop doing the compulsions, because the more you do them, the more you try and argue with your brain and say yes or maybe or no, maybe I agree with you, it will go round and round. And I think I've let myself recently with the whole like sexuality thing, with the whole everything lately, I've let it go round and round for the last few days because I was trying to heal stuff. And then it gets in there and it's so hard, and I just don't know how to like move forward. Like how I've taught myself before isn't working anymore, so I need a new approach, and that's really hard too. I have gotten so much better since that initial part when I couldn't dress or wash or feed myself. And again, I'm so grateful to the people that helped me, and I'm so much better now. Mostly, like, the thoughts don't get to me as much. I'm not, like, I'm in a place where I didn't love myself then. I love myself now. I know I'm a good person. Sometimes I still feel bad, like a bad person for actions, or I don't know if it's just my OCD telling me, but I do love myself, and I do think I'm a good person. Deep down, I think I am a good person, and I want to be a good person. And I think that's important too. And I've come so much further since that point, but there's still a long way to go. So thank you for supporting me and listening and letting me be vulnerable. And I hope, not judging me. I think I judge people too sometimes, and I think that's why I have a fear of judgment. So, but this is very, very, very vulnerable and honest. I feel like I'm making a YouTuber apology video. Kinda, I guess, but I'm just trying to explain everything, I guess, that has been affecting me recently. And I love you, and I appreciate you for listening. The other thing is, I guess, just personal stuff. There's been so much personal crap just this year. It has been hell. It has been one thing after another, and I've just not been able to move forward at all because every time you start trying to focus on one thing and trying to heal and move forward, there's some other crap that happened this year. And I think that's the same for a lot of people. The world feels on fire, and I really hope it gets better because it's devastating. It really is. And I pray for everyone who is in trouble, who has anything bad happening to them, who needs help with anything, wherever it be in some sort of mental illness, whether there's been physical stuff that they need help with, hunger, anything. I pray that everything gets better for everybody because there's so much awful stuff happening and it sucks. And it sucks. And I hope the world gets better and that we can see the wonder and that we can be empathetic people to each other because we are all people. We are all the same. And I think sometimes with nuances, sometimes with how society has perceived things, it's easy to forget that we are all people. We are all different and unique, but that's what makes us fucking special. And that should be celebrated, not hated on. And there's just been so much, like I said, of that. And in my personal life, there's just been so much happening. So much like bad stuff and personal life that I can't really share because it's like personal and it's to do with my family, so it's not just mine to share either. And that's something we're trying to be more, mindful of as well. And it sucks. It just fucking sucks. And lately I guess I felt alone, like there's no one to talk to about all of this, and I guess I just needed to get this out. Um I don't think there's anything else I need to talk about, but I feel like I said, I feel like I just needed to get this out, and I feel like I'm really close to flying. I feel like this relief, this off my heart and off of my throat, all the things left unsaid. And I, whatever I come out as, if you accept me into LGBTQ, whatever I say, or whatever I am, that's how I feel. But like, whatever comes up in my healing, whatever comes up as who I am and who I love, I hope you accept me. And I love you guys, and you being who you are is fucking amazing. So never let anyone tell you differently. It's so hard, for some people with that, and it shouldn't be, and it sucks that it is. And I pray for you, and I love you, and I hope things get better for you, and stay positive. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening to me. This has been a very heavy video, but I think I needed to see it, and I think I'm ready to start flying almost. I'm ready to take that step. I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to fly. Whoa, that's scary. Okay. But I love you. Thank you for listening.